Hey there, folks. We're going to talk about the Defender XL. This is a red one in 2 MOA. Can show you the box here. All right. So, this is, I would say, one of the dots that I see very, very commonly going on people's guns. It used to be in the old days, the optic of choice was the SRO because that was the big windowed one that was relatively rugged and reliable. You had the Delta Point Pro, you had the RMR as other options, but they were definitely more rugged, but they didn't give you that big windowed goodness. So I would say in the last 2 years, 3 years, what I see showing up predominantly is going to be Holosun products. Now they have a big line, a lot of different optics, but lately, of course, it's been the 507 comp. That's been where kind of price and performance kind of meet. It's not really like a cheapy brand. It does relatively well. It's not, it's not really expensive. It's not a flex. It's not like having it's the RMR HD. It's not like one of those where it's just very expensive optic. No, what I see showing up in classes predominantly has been Holosun products, and like I said, the last year or two, the 507 comp is the most popular one. Now, one that I'm starting to see show up more is the Defender XL. I think all up, it's about $400, but it does include a mounting plate in there, which may or may not solve your problems. So, like again, like this isn't as popular as the Holosun stuff, but I'm seeing more and more of the Vortex Defenders, particularly the XLs, especially as there's more options. Now, it was 5 and 8 MOA reticles. Now this is a 2 MOA red. I think they do a green one as well now. So it's giving you more and more options. Now, when this came out, or the Defender XL came out, I was a little disappointed. Why? Because I had to switch to 5 MOA if I wanted to use it. And I did. I switched to a 5 MOA optic and I shot it, and kind of my conclusion after a while was I put the gun up. I don't really like that it's a 5 MOA dot. I can tell it's kind of big. But then shooting it in terms of practical usage and play with it for a while and all that, then I don't really notice it. It's fine. Like I'll just shoot the 5 MOA. Now with the 2 MOA coming out, I had 2 guns side by side, and I was shooting one, and then I put up the other one. Like, oh, I like this reticle a lot better. It's smaller. It's less annoying. And I was like, oh, okay. I have one of the new 2 MOAs right next to the 5 MOA. So it made me think, like, man, I need to get on this 2 MOA train more, just because I like it better than the 5. That's it. I just like it better. I don't think it really makes a huge difference. That having been said, I did have a warranty issue with with that particular 5 MOA optic, so it's getting switched out for the 2 MOA. So let's see how these have been going. I put up a little questionnaire on Instagram to see what kind of experience people have had with these things. All right, we love the new green dot. The 2 MOA is the greatest. All right, Focus Trip posting, I prefer the 507 comp. That'd be interesting. An interesting comparison is, like, I don't know many people that have a real strong preference between the two. The thing that Vortex has been lacking, I think, is options, where now that they have green, they have 2 MOA red, they have more and more options that, people would want. I guess maybe footprint. People don't like the footprint on this. I don't know. It does the thing. I have the Vortex CCW. Really like it. I like mine, guy says. Dope so far. Sits on my 47. Been through 3 competitions. Only had 2K rounds so far. Yeah, okay. I want one very badly. Yes. Not enough dragon. That is a good thing to point out. Now, the Vortex, their marketing's pretty clean. The Holosun guys have a little more fun. They have the 2 Lamb Ronin Tactics versions of their dots, which I think are hilarious. Too many friends have had them break and want to give them more of a chance. One guy says about these. Now again, I'm replacing one of mine that started doing the dot started flickering. That's the most common issue I've heard about with the Vortex products. Again, like I've fallen victim to it as well as a couple of other people that I know. I have heard about a few people. I'm surprised I'm not seeing more in my comments saying the same thing. But on the other hand, they are Johnny on the spot with the warranty stuff. And to be honest, I think all the big vendors right now, like Trigicon, Holosun, Vortex, I think they're pretty good with the warranties in all those cases. The other brands I don't know about. All right, try out the Burris Fast Fire series. No. Well, I mean, maybe I would, but no. I had two of them and about 10,000 rounds through them. Last week during a match, the dot shifted dramatically, and I have to send it to Vortex now. That's interesting. I haven't seen that happen with the Vortex stuff. Mine stopped working after 4 months. Sent it back and got a new one. Okay. I'm not sure in what way it stopped working. I have a 5 MOA, I have 5 MOA SRO just because I'm stubborn. I think you are being a bit stubborn at this point. Glass is pretty great and the warranty's quick. Okay, yeah, this guy sent one back as well. I have the red version and I don't have much time on it, but overall I like it. Window size, dot size, both very good. The lock and unlock features activated by the same button. Thus, when I set the gun down on its left side, it either locks or unlocks the buttons. Yeah, okay, so what he's talking about is the plus or brightness up button here on the side of the optic. If he sets the gun down on its side, it can depress that button. I've had that happen on my big heavy guns where I accidentally actuate the button on this. That is true. It's not a huge complaint as complaints go, but it is fun to complain about stuff. The Defender ST does the dot thing for me. Yeah, so there's a slightly smaller window size version of this. Not the Defender XL, but the ST. That's another popular option as well. Okay, yeah, so going through the comments, again, most people are happy with it. And yeah, I can kind of see why. In my opinion, this has the housing and the glass itself appears to be of the highest quality. Does that matter hugely when you're actually shooting? No, not really, but it looks nice. Anyway, there it is, the Vortex Defender XL. I'm on to the 2 MOA red. That is pretty cool. I do hope to get some green ones in the future. I have had one go out do the flickeries, but they're Johnny on the spot with the warranty and fixed it. So that is cool. It makes me happy.